For this project, you will need 4 different colors of scrubby yarn of your choice. I used Red Heart. Your crochet hook is a 5.00 millimeter. You need scissors and a blunt wide-eyed needle. All right, to kind of briefly go over how you actually make this granny square, you start in the middle and you're going to be doing 4 sets of 3 double crochet. Your first one will be a chain 3, and then you'll be doing a chain 2 space in between each one. Then you'll be changing color by adding your color into that chain 2 space, and you're going to do 2 sets of 3 double crochet with a chain 2 space in between each one, and that gives you your corner. You make your third color by adding it into a corner, and again you're going to be doing 2 sets of 3 double crochet. And now that it's getting bigger, you do have a space on the side where you'll do 1 set of 3 double crochet, and then you'll add your 4th color again with 2 sets of 3 double crochet, and then your side pieces is only 1 set of 3 double crochet, and then you'll be done. It's that simple. First, you want to start out with your slip knot, and there's many ways to make a slip knot, and I'm just doing it this way. And once you get your slip knot on, you're going to chain 4. So just tighten that up on there. And this yarn is kind of hard to see a little bit, so not a good first beginner's project. So I'm going to chain 4. That's 2, 3, and 4. And then you want to connect it with a slip stitch to make a circle. So I'm going to do a slip stitch into the first chain. And totally missed it. Here we go. And just bring your yarn through. You have 2 loops on the hook now, and bring it through that chain, or that loop on the hook. All right, so now we're going to work into the center. So you've just made a circle with these chains, and so we're going to work into the center. Now that you've got your circle connected, you want to do a chain 3 and then 2 double crochets. And we're going to work into the center of the circle. First your chain 3. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's work into the circle now. Wrap the yarn around, go into the circle, grab the yarn, come back through, grab the yarn, and go through 2 loops on the hook, and grab the yarn and go through the last 2. That's your double crochet. Okay, so do that again. And now you have a chain 3 and 2 double crochets. Now I'm just going to push those over just a little bit so I have room, and you want to chain 2, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets in the center. All right, we had our 3 double crochets, a chain 2, and now we're going to do 3 more double crochets. And remember, that first double crochet was actually a chain 3. So here's the second in the grouping of 3. And 1 more double crochet, and then we're going to do a chain 2 after that. So there you have your grouping of 3, a chain 2, and another grouping of 3. All right, so we're going to do our chain 2 and do another set of 3 double crochets. And we're going to do this until we have 4 sets of 3. Here's my second one and my third double crochet. and a chain 2. And I'm just going to push those over a little to give myself room. And we're going to do another set of 3 double crochet. And here's the first one. There's 1 and 2 and 3. All right, so now you have your 4 sets of double crochet. You want to chain 2, and we're going to connect it to the top of the chain 3. Just go into that top chain and do a slip stitch. It's kind of hard to see. Do the best you can. And do your slip stitch to connect. And there you have the center of the granny square scrubby. And it may not look much like a square yet, but it's getting there. So this is the sample here, that little white part, that's the part we just did with our pink. All right, so before we change color, I like to do a chain 1 just to secure the project a little better, and then pull my end of yarn through. So before I cut it, I just go ahead and do a chain 1 like so, and then take my scissors and just cut a tail long enough that I can weave it in when I'm finished. And then you just pull that through and just tighten it up. And then you want to get your second color. I'm going to use purple, and I'm going to add it into a corner, and I'm going to start off by making a slip stitch before I put it in. It just makes it a little bit easier. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the hook and then put it in one of the corners of the project. And you probably don't want to do the end that already has a straggler on it. All right, I'm just going to put my hook into the corner and just grab the working yarn and bring it through the loop on the hook. There's your slip stitch. Go ahead and chain 3. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets in that same space. This is going to be our corner piece. So there's 1 double crochet. I'm going to do 1 more. And when we come all the way around, we're going to attach 3 more double crochets to this one. You'll see what I mean when we get there. All right, so you have your set of 3 double crochets, which is actually a chain 3 and 2 double crochets. All right, so we're going to go into the next corner, and we're going to do a set of 3 double crochet, a chain 2, and another set of 3 double crochet, all in that corner space. And the reason why we didn't do it in the first corner is because when we come all the way around, we will do another set of 3 double crochet, so it'll match up. And again, you'll see what I mean. So here's the last double crochet. So we have our set of 3. Now we're going to do a chain 2 and do another set of 3 double crochets in that corner. And then you're going to do that again in the next corner, the same exact thing. Okay, I think I got 1 more. And then you will see we have a set of 3 double crochet, a chain 2, and 3 double crochet, just like the green in this sample here. right, let's continue. Okay, the next corner, do the same thing. You want to start out with 3 double crochets, a chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So I'm just going to speed this up. All right, you want to do the same thing in this corner. 3 double crochets, a chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Okay, we're almost all the way around to the first corner, and we're just going to do 3 double crochets and a chain 2, and then slip stitch it together. So just jump right over, you don't do any chains in between on the side. So there's my first double crochet, here's my second, and here's my third. And then we want to do a chain 2 and slip stitch it together. Go into the top of that chain 3 and do your slip stitch. And then a chain 1 right here, chain 1, and then we'll cut that color and add the next color, just like we did when we added the second color. So we're just going to pull that through and just tighten it up. And this is just like the white and the green of the sample. See? There we go. So you want to do the same thing you did before when you added the purple, or your second color I should say. Just go ahead and do a slip stitch onto your hook, and then put that hook into any corner you want, probably not the corner that already has a straggler piece of yarn on it from the previous row. So I'm just going to go over to this one and just go ahead and put your hook in, grab the yarn, do your slip stitch, and start off with your chain 3 and do 2 double crochets, and then we will jump over to the side space. 1 more double crochet, then we're going to jump right over into the side space and do 3 double crochets. Okay, we're just going to jump over into that side space and do 3 double crochets. And then we're going to get to the corner and do 3 double crochets, a chain 2, and 3 double crochets, just like we've done before. Now just go into your side space and do 3 double crochet, and when you're done with that, you'll go into your corner and do just like you did on the previous corner. Okay, so I've come all the way around. Going to go ahead and do my last corner with 3 double crochet and a chain 2, and then a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. your chain 1, cut your yarn, and pull it through. There we go. Tighten it up, and onto the last color. All right, I'm down to my last color, and I'm just doing a slip stitch to connect it, and then a chain 3, and then 2 double crochets, and then I will move on to the side pieces. And because it's getting larger, now I have 2 side pieces to do 3 double crochets in. Then when I get to the corner, I will do 2 sets of 3 double crochets. You just don't do the 2 sets on the first corner that you make. Okay, so now I'm going to move on and do the 2 sides, the 2 spaces on the side. Okay, so I've come all the way around, and I'm going to finish up with my 3 double crochet, chain 2, and a chain 1. Okay, I'm going to show you how to weave in your ends, and you will be finished. There's my blunt wide-eyed needle. Wide enough eye so my yarn can fit through. And it's blunt at the point so that it doesn't grab the yarn and tear it apart. Alright, so you just want to go in pretty much at any point where the thread starts or the yarn starts, and it just go through and grab some yarn, pull it through, and you typically want to go one direction and then go in the opposite direction and then go back again. But sometimes you can just go along each side. And now I'm going back the other way just to secure it. And once I'm finished, I will just cut the yarn at the base. And you just do that with each straggler that you have. And just cut at the base. And there you have it. Just finish weaving in your ends, and you're good to go. There's your cute little scrubby granny square.